Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you're from. This is Kavita Ramchand from Life Success Coaching in Mauritius. So I am back from my holiday and getting back to my work. I'm reading the book You Were Born Rich to You. I've been reading it for a few months now. The videos are all on YouTube under my channel. So if you want to catch up on all the previous 8 chapters, you can. We have 2 chapters left. So I'm starting chapter 9 today, and then there will be one more. So this is an incredible book. If you read it, and don't read it just once, read it a few times because it took me a while to grasp these concepts because they were new and uh, it was not the way I used to think. So when I started to read it, at first it didn't make any sense, but when I started to read it again, it kind of made more sense. And because I have been in this information now for 7 years, I have kind of mastered this knowledge, although we never master anything. We are always work in progress. We are always getting better and learning more. I would not say learning, I would say we are all in the process of unlearning because there are lots of things we've learned that are not really true. So, ever since I have learned about the truth, which are based on universal laws, which are the laws of nature, some people call it God's laws, some people say laws of the universe, some people say spiritual laws because we are spiritual beings and there are laws that govern the way we function. So, if you learn the truth, if you learn about how these laws operate in our lives and how we should live in harmony with them, you'll have a fantastic life. Because we are either going forward in life or we are going in reverse. We cannot, we are either growing or we are dying, as a mentor put it, because nothing rests in the universe. Life is just moving at great speed. Either we are moving in harmony with it or we'll be left behind. So this chapter is going to help everyone understand how to keep moving forward faster because life will leave us and go, and that's what happened in my case. When after my brother passed away, I just stood there. I just stood there. I didn't move, as if, it was like as if I got stuck, and I kept on questioning his death. I didn't want to go further without understanding, without getting an answer. Why did my brother die at age 29? So anyway, that was part of my journey. I'm glad that I came out of it after 7 years, long time. There are many things I could have done in 7 years. Those were the that was the time when my children needed me the most, and I couldn't be there for them because I was still stuck in my past. Okay, so let's continue. Forgive. That slight misdeed of yesterday. Why should it mark today? The thing he said, the thing you did, have long since passed away, for yesterday was but a trial. Today you will succeed, and from mistakes of yesterday will come some noble deed. I'll just continue. Forgive yourself for thoughtlessness. Do not condemn the past, for it is gone with its mistakes. Their memory cannot last. Forget the failures and misdeed. From such experience, rise. Why should you let your head be bowed? Lift up your heart and eyes. It's just written selected here. I don't know from where they got this from, but it's really good. If you really sit and think about it, when we hold on to the past, to whatever happened in the past, what we are doing actually is blocking ourselves from moving forward. And you want to understand that and let go of your past. And sometimes it's difficult. I know it feels painful to let it go, but the only one in your way is you. You're holding on to it. Let it go. Even if you need to cry, if you need to whatever release you feel you need to have, it's okay. Let it go. Don't think in reverse. Let us not look back in anger, nor forward in fear. but around us in awareness. Leland Van de Waal, he was one of Bob Proctor's great mentors. And this is some great advice that is given because that's where most people are. Either we're looking backwards in anger, I was in anger and grief, both, or we are afraid of what the future is going to be like. Most people are actually trying to tiptoe and make it safely to death. Why? We've been given a beautiful life to live. I know somebody would have told me that then. I would not have agreed probably. But today I know better. And because I know better, I do better. And that's what I want to help everybody understand. The present is the only time you have, and it's a real gift. Make the most. That time will never come back. You will never obtain any substantial measure of material wealth if you insist upon living your life as if you were looking back through the rear view mirror of your automobile. If not for anything else, do it for your own wealth because money is an important aspect of our lives to help us live a very comfortable life. So if we are always holding on to anger, money doesn't come to angry people. It will come and it will find its way out, again out of you. Nevertheless, this seems to be a very common error which many people have turned into a pernicious habit. That is to say, many of us spend most of our present moments floundering mentally in the time zone of the dead and should be forgotten past. See, I can totally resonate with this chapter because I was there. And I can tell you, coming out of there has been the greatest joy of my life. There's nothing in the past. Let the dead bury the dead. Oh no, there are things in the past. There's things that you don't want to. There are good things, yes, you can keep the good memories, but the ones that are not good, the ones that cause you pain, them go. I'm telling you that with a sigh of relief for you because that's what you will feel. You will feel unburdened, lightened, full of energy. I feel half my age today. Remember the old adage which says, let the dead bury the dead. In other words, what you want to do is to stop looking back in your life and worrying about things which have already occurred and which you can no longer alter. You cannot even change 1 minute that has just passed. You cannot change anything that happened in that 1 minute. So why hold on to it? There's no sense, right? There's no logic to do that. For pursuing that kind of mental activity will never lead to any worthwhile accomplishments in your life. You should understand, moreover, that all of the great achievers of the past have been visionary figures. They were men and women who projected into the future and did not belabor over things which had already passed. They thought of what could be rather than what already was, and then they moved themselves into action to bring these things into fruition. You know, I just visited Europe and there were so many figurines at every point in the city of people who were famous for something that they have achieved. These people are celebrated everywhere. And because they had a vision, somebody created a school, somebody did this, somebody, whatever they've done, they had a vision because there was a need for that. See? And they moved themselves into action. They held on to those images of the future. Isn't that great? Think of the magnificent legacy which these forward thinking individuals have left for us living today. Due to their formidable efforts, we are now able to enjoy breakfast in Paris, lunch in New York, and dinner in Toronto. We are now able to live our lives in brightness and light. Somebody invented the light. 24 hours a day, if we so desire. We can hear the voice of a loved one on the other side of the ocean merely by pressing some buttons on a telephone. All of these miraculous possibilities, and so much more are available to us simply because ordinary human beings like you and me have built extraordinary images on the screen of their minds of things which had never been before. There was no aeroplane before the simple, ordinary bicycle mechanics, the Wright brothers, invented a machine that could fly. Just imagine that kind of vision and what it has brought into the world. You know, if you're a person who studied theology or the scriptures, you have heard probably that God created man in his image, right? He created nature, he created the planets, he created the universe. Then he made his highest form of creation, which is you and me. And he's given us the power to further creation. God did not make the aeroplane, man made the aeroplane. But God has given everybody a mind to think. Are people thinking? Are people visualizing the future they want to live? Or are we being stuck in the past? There's nothing there. It's dead. Leave it, move on, and create an extraordinary life for yourself. That's what we teach at Life Success Coaching. And if you're interested, you can get in touch with me and we can take it further from there. But I strongly recommend everyone to get a copy of this book. The link is in this post. Get the book and make your life count. Thank you, everyone, for your attention, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye bye.